Hello and welcome to another episode of SIP Solves. Today I have a position created by Roel Boomstra, good friend, three-time world champion, of course, and an author of already quite a lot of compositions. And to be fair, I have a kind of love and hate relationship with those positions because they are usually very beautiful, very complete, involving forcing, tactics, endgame, etc., etc. But at the same time, they are very, very hard to solve. And on many instances, I had to give up, um, which I think is quite common for people when they see Boomstra's positions. But today I'm gonna have a go at this particular position, and I got a hint from Rule, so um, yeah, let's see if we can crack the puzzle. If you'd like to try yourself, click the link in the description. Under the diagram in the study, there is a pinned comment with the instructions. And yeah, now for me it's time to have a go. So let's turn on the clock. Now, I must admit I have already uh, seen this position, but I haven't really looked into it in order to solve it till the end. But anyway, let's go. The description reads as follows: White wins, but how exactly? In the main line, the black king is trapped at square 47. So this square, where is now a white piece, um, the black king will appear in the end. Well, seeing this position, white strategically is quite strong. There's a strong outpost on 24, strong piece on 27, which blocks these black pieces. And what catches my eye immediately is that white can make a breakthrough combination, and I think this is going to be the way to go because I don't see any other ideas. If you don't see this combination, perhaps now it's time to pause the video, because I will actually carry it out on the board and look further from there, because otherwise it will be quite hard to follow. And I think the trouble will only start afterwards. So actually the move order is important. We have to start 24-20, because in the end we want to make a breakthrough to square 10. Black has to take 34-30. Now black can take two ways, but has to take 25 times 20, 45, because of the majority. And now we play 44-40. Black has to take back, and white goes to square 10. Now this piece is obviously threatening to go to king, so black has to tackle it from behind, playing 9-14. White takes 2, and black takes. And this is the real task, in my opinion. 5 against 5. Still, white has this very strong piece on 27, also strong defender on 47. And it's quite obvious that black will have to give a piece within a few moves. If white goes here, these black pieces will simply have to fall. But we have to find the best way also for black to defend, because in that way, we get to the main line. And the main task for white is to find the exact position of, yeah, mostly these two pieces, I believe, uh, to to find the winning position. I don't think we should touch piece 47 because it's just so strong. Um, so I'm going to think a little bit about that task. And one of the hardest things will be to find the best defense for black. And one of the ideas black will always have is to sacrifice 20, 26, 31 and exchange 21, 27 and hope that yeah, this piece on 27 provides enough compensation for losing the piece. Just scanning the possible variation, trying to already think like what could be the main line, what could be defense for black. One move that catches the eye is 3329 because it will absolutely force 1319. And on the next move, black either has to sacrifice 2631 or uh, perhaps 1822 and going in between. Either of these could be the main variation. At the same time, I have to consider just waiting as well. Though I might have an idea why this move is worse, because it gives black the opportunity to go to 1823 and afterwards make the sacrifice. And then, in case piece 14 goes to 24, I think with these three pieces, it will be very hard to win, even though white is a piece up. So that could be important. Even though if I play here, black goes here, I go there, black makes a sacrifice, then I can make a move on with 47. If black goes here, I will stop at 30. And this position seems to be clearly winning, so perhaps it's not such a big deal. But the other thing I have to consider is if I go like this, there, here, black sacrifices, I make this move, black could go like this as well. And there might be more. White might have more trouble stopping stopping black. Yeah, so my guess is that this will be the first move, forcing 1319. And I'd like to go. I will have to go here, in fact, to 39. And then black has to either sacrifice 1822 and go in between. It looks very bad. Or sacrifice 2641 and 2127. So the big question is, of course, what's the difference? What's the big difference with the previous variation where white starts out 30, 43, 39. Don't know if I can. Well, I think one of the main differences is that black cannot go to square 23 so easily, and if he plays this move, uh, yeah, white goes to king much faster. Let's assume so. And I think maybe it's time to make some moves again, um, in order to show you what I'm thinking about, and perhaps we can get closer to the final solution, or just rule out one variation because it's not really a serious defense. And actually, I'm leaning towards thinking that it's not really a serious defense to go. Okay, white goes 3329, black replies 3019, white goes 43, and then black goes 1822, 1923. It just seems too slow if white just goes to the main line. Yeah, just to show this variation maybe, but just so we can write it off. This sacrifice, and now black sacrifices exchanges. And I thought at first that perhaps these two pieces are able to get close to the king, but white is in time to play 43, 49, 43, and now black can do nothing about this threat. If this piece would already be able to get here, black would have chances for a draw. Yeah, and I don't think black can do anything else. If black goes here, white just blocks off these two pieces on the main diagonal. So we have to search further. There's no point for black either to first cross with piece 12 because white's pieces are quite well located for defense. So in fact, black has to find another way to defend after 3329. So it seems to come down to 2631 and 2127. So let's maybe go to this variation and then start thinking from there. Yeah, it's always tricky when you have to find the best defense for your opponent as well. But Also, in a game, if you're thinking, you have to imagine your opponent will find the best defense and make your decision based on that, whether you're going to play 43-29 or 43-49. So I expect definitely this move, just to show why this is not a serious move. Black will attack, and yeah, white has to go. Now black has this 2 for 2, making a draw. And whereas after this move, 1923, white just simply goes to king. And yeah, even though black has this sacrifice in 1822, I doubt whether that's the main defense, but well, you never know. Let me think a little bit about this this position. And this black idea to defend. Well, maybe. And I'm then looking at this in 1822, and especially afterwards the move to 27. If you already identified this variation as being problematic for white to win, then well done. I'm only checking it now. Now there is a way this could go to quite an interesting and known endgame, which I'm just going to show. So I think it's interesting. I'm not sure whether it's the main variation, but we'll get there. So black plays here. And maybe what I'm going to show is not the only solution, the only white win for white. So I think this sacrifice is very, very strong because now all these pieces are heavily limited by these two white pieces. Mm. And now, yeah, white's just threatening to exchange backwards and then to move to square 5 again. So black also has to do something actively to sacrifice and exchange. Now white has to sacrifice back. Now I believe if white makes this intermezzo, he will be late to king, because black will just move here. If I go to 5, black will sacrifice, white will take, and the black piece will be here and cannot be stopped by the king. So white has to go 14. Black has also to run. And this is a very known endgame, which I believe is winning. But after this move, there's only one move that's winning, if I'm not mistaken. mistaken. Or maybe I am mistaken. So I cannot go here, obviously, because black will sacrifice. I have two squares either there or there. Yeah, just one of them is winning. That's the square 48. I will show you the variation. If black goes in between now, white attacks on 26, takes both pieces. So black will move to 27. Now white goes to 26, and black is not able to give away pieces, just has this move. And now white goes to 31 with winning endgame, kind of a motive. Maybe side variation, and just to show why this is the only move, because this also seems very logical. Black will go away, and suddenly white has no moves. White needs to have this position with black to move. White goes here, black will sacrifice, and if white goes here, black can go in between finally. And now there's no attack for white. That's why this is a draw. But this move is a winning one after 1621. That's important to know this endgame, I think. But this is not the main variation, as Boomstra hinted me, because it should end with a king on square 47, and this we haven't found yet. Now I don't believe it will be after 22-28, because yeah, white can just go to king after, well, of course, after sacrificing his piece. Now white is pretty much threatening to go to square 4. So black has to cross. Well, on second thought, white has to be a little bit careful. Of course, cannot go to 5 because black will take the king, will catch the king. Has to go to square 4. Yeah, this might be tricky, considering thinking, yeah, which move black will play here. Most forcing move is 26-31, because now black threatens to catch the king. After 4-10, black will still catch the king. So white has to go to 15. And suddenly black has advanced already to the 7th or the 8th rank with 31-37. And now, yeah, I doubt whether white can actually win. Still, white has a king, so there are plenty of resources to work with still. But for now, I will just go back to the starting position, slowly go back to see if I didn't miss any better move. Here is also this move to consider. It's quite a paradoxical move because it just allows black to take a 1 for 2. But then at least this piece doesn't fall, because as we saw, it can be quite annoying, because if this piece falls, black is already advancing far. And I'd rather have black to advance to square 36, where it's stuck at least. So I will just check this move, 36, 31. No, but it cannot be anything, because black simply sacrifices first. Now I do believe this piece on 22 will be too fast. See here, 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 and there, for example, black can sacrifice like this and this to be safe and reach a draw. So yeah, 36, 31, interesting idea maybe, but not really valid. So the main problem was 22, 28, and here I can also stop and think a little bit. Yeah, maybe after sacrificing a second piece with 36, 31, white lost chances to have a majority endgame, only 3 pieces left. And this might be just too tricky. Also 1 piece behind. This makes it difficult to win. Could still be that all this is correct, and I will have to look further. But for now, I would like to go back. Here there's an alternative as well in 39, 34. But again, I'm not too optimistic after chances after 23, 28. And black will go to king. White has 2 pieces in the center, which is not very nice for the remaining endgame. Yeah, not sure whether this is really the main line. Plus here, 1822 is suddenly more interesting, because if white takes like this and wants to run, black can exchange and then move the king with this piece. There is no more white guard on these squares, which stops this line. All right, we're already almost half an hour in. To be honest, I didn't expect something else with this kind of I don't know even how you call it, a composition or a study. Perhaps it's more like more of a study. And so far we've really only examined this starting move. Yeah, I might also just have a glance at 43, 39. So initially I thought this would be a problematic one. Now there's an idea of exchanging backwards as well, but I think it's just too slow. So most logical is now 39, 34. And here black has to sacrifice, I believe, because after 1318 white simply attacks here. And after 1319 yeah, white can choose 34-30 or 43-29. So I think black has to make the sacrifice right now, and black will try to move 13 here and push the way to king. And white has to find a way to stop it. which I don't which I don't see, which is why I didn't like this variation at initially. So let's say in order to prevent this move, white will have to move 47 first. And now, not to lose any tempos, to go to king with piece 33. Yeah, I believe black is simply too slow, much too slow. White's too slow, sorry. Example here, already threatening to go there, and now, for example, black could sacrifice and go with go to king with two pieces. It will be too. It will be really drawish um, ending. Yeah, so I think this variation white should avoid at all cost. Mm, so I think we have to get back to that line that I already found. So 33-29, 13-19. This move wasn't serious. We have to go to 39. Would be really strange if we had to move 47 somehow, so I'm not considering that. And so far, the main defense I found was so 1923, in fact. Let me make this the main line. 29, 24, and now this sacrifice. And here I'm still at a loss for a winning variation. Yeah, problem is that black's pieces are very active in attacking this white piece, and yeah, for example, 47, 42, if white would like to yeah, defend this piece. This could be dangerous because white sacrifices and exchanges backwards and again goes to square 5. But I believe this move will secure a draw, simply forcing white to close and exchange and again push through the center. And white has no way to defend or to win, I mean. So that's why I believe white really has to advance to king. 24-20, and now this move was rather problematic. I will make it the main line in my analysis. Now what I didn't consider was going like this, 46-41, and going to square 9, because it will allow me to make a king on 3 as well. That might be stronger. Again, threatening to go to 4, so black has to cross, I assume, with this move. And white might go to square 3 as well. With the benefit that if black again tries to move like this, now I can actually attack on square 26. Black goes here, and then I will attack on square 37. and then try to keep the main diagonal. However, that doesn't really guarantee a win because of these two extra pieces. But it's quite a forcing variation, I think, from both sides. By the way, I now see that this move is not serious because white actually goes to square 21, simply winning this piece on 27. And then black has no way to defend. So black would have to play something else here. It's rather problematic to see what I should play. Perhaps this move? Trying to go to square 38. Mm. There is some merit in it because if white wants to pin these two black pieces like this and simply try to make a small combination, black plays 26-31, and yeah, it's not clear what white can do on the next move. Actually, good question. Always good to ask what will be the next move. I see now, because this might be a problem. On this move, white can play 42-38. So if white makes a waiting move, does it simply mean that white's winning here? If black goes away, I can make this 2 for 2. The only move that remains seems to be sacrifice and 26-21, but then still white just makes a waiting move and wins. All right, so this is not a proper defense for black. So making the king at square 3 seems to be quite strong. 26-31, we simply attack 21, and after this move we pin these two pieces and win. So perhaps in the end, this variation is just completely winning for white. And this is not the best defense for black. I think you start to understand why I have this kind of relationships with Boomstra's positions. Usually, when I'm solving his positions, he's also there, and he will give me some hint from time to time. Doing it on my own is really next level. I think I will just have to continue finding variations, trying them out, seeing if I can get somewhere with the black pieces, because so far that's the main challenge, trying to find a suitable defense for black. To be honest, I don't like these problems too much. Sometimes they're called like black problems, the way that black has to find a way to lose in a beautiful way. So yeah, let's try to find in the in the worst case, I always have the engine to work with if rules not there to give me hints. Yeah, I believe this 1319 is absolutely forced, because if black sacrifices at this moment, yeah, white's just too quick to go to king. This piece is always stopped by its doppelganger on 47, so we'll have to move like this now. Well, perhaps there is a way. And also, problem with this variation for black maybe is that white still has 4 pieces. But let's try a little bit like this, like this. And right now the most obvious way for white seems to be sacrificing and come to square 4. Yeah, after, which makes a clear win after attacking the piece, because white just catches it with the king like this. And if black sacrifices like this or this, yeah, white still can make this angle to 49 and stop the black piece there. This is not really a defense, as I imagined. What might help is, now I have to think a little bit about the order of moves. It's a bit difficult, because I'd like to play this move at some point, forcing 47. Oh yeah, and then like this. Now black seems to be in time. If white sacrifices backwards, black will be in time to, yeah, make its way to king. So white's no time to lose, has to proceed to 15. And suddenly black has a formation to exchange. Still, I believe it's not enough. Or we could finally be in the main variation. Yeah, but I saw this variation, and now going to square 4, importantly. Black has to cross the trick track line, otherwise the king, together with this white piece, will win. But now for 15, black has to close, and black can simply not get to king in time. Will be stopped either here or on square 50. So also this defense doesn't seem worthwhile. Now there is a last way. No, it also doesn't seem to work, to go like this, because white can simply go to square 5. 29-34 doesn't work. White takes a long shot and then has a 1-4-2 to finish it off. Still not the solution we're looking for. Yeah, and I don't see what else black can do. Yeah, so this already didn't feel like the way for black to defend. So I think it has to be 13-19. Then white plays 43. Now we have to work harder for black. Maybe this move, 18-22, and in between we checked already once. Yeah, just sacrificing seems to be so natural. Not sacrifice, exchanging, I mean. But black just seems to be, yeah, just one move shy of, yeah, making it to king, or at least continuing the game. So this is also not it. Okay, let's dig a little bit deeper then. After this move. Now there's no alternative for black to just then to sacrifice. And 1822 seems also like gives the most problems to white. And I think again black has to do something actively because otherwise, yeah, white's just too fast. Perhaps there is something smart black can do. So we already examined this variation with quite a nice win after 32, 38 and exchanging with this mini endgame 2 versus 2, which is very quite important. But it's not the trap at square 47 that Boomstra was talking about. So okay, this variation I like. What else can we do? Quite a strange move is to go to 32 now without exchanging. Now, after this move, white can sacrifice and go to the main diagonal, so black will have to make a small intermezzo. And now, in fact, black has a chance to proceed to king at least. Yeah, but to no avail because white will attack here, black has to sacrifice, and is faced with this threat as well. It has to give another piece, and then it's 4 against 1 winning endgame. So yeah, this is definitely not it. One move we didn't check was 21-26, trying to force a way to king like this. And this might be better. While I'm saying this, I just see winning variations for white, so yeah, for example, like this, black sacrifices. We have the same position as before after making a king. So black has to attack. Then there's a small combination, it's giving back a king and moving to 25, catching the king again. And here white should be winning, for example, like this, here, and let me think. White just has to wait on this line. That goes here, we go back to 42. After this move we can sacrifice, but there's only 21-26, and now another waiting move will seal the deal. There's only 32, 37, and now there's an attack on 20, on 19. Black has to move, and we sacrifice our king in the end with an opposition. Nice win, but again, not trap at square 47. Still have to dig deeper. Think at 1 hour mark I might give up and just start asking the engine to defend this position for black. And otherwise, if all the winning variations I found are correct, means there's a problem with the position. But in the case with Roel Boomstra's positions, this is just very, very unlikely. So what else is there? Now there is one idea for black to just delay attacking piece 32 a bit more, like this, and attack now. It might be that if white just runs here, this 1 for 2 is enough to make a draw. Not too sure about that actually, because we can move to square 3. And black seems to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I don't see a way out here. After this, we simply take the pieces, and otherwise, again, the black piece will be stopped. For example, like this, attack here, and now move to 39. And what? Seems like white should win, but actually there is hope for black suddenly. But also white will go to king, to one of these squares. So black will definitely move here, and then white has a chance to be on square 10, 9, or 8. Or somewhere below if you'd like to make some tempos with your kings. So let's take this as a task to solve. Because I do see one variation where indeed black seems to be trapped at 47. So I am getting excited. I think that this is it. We'll just have to check. And of course, this is a good moment to perhaps pause the video, try to find it yourself, because it's really the goal to find the right square to promote the white piece to king. And yeah, I think I got it. And I'm going to show it right now. So first move, there is a choice. Black just goes to square 37. And now it's important to go in the direction of square 5. So white has to be on square 10. Because now there are 3 moves for black. First one obviously fails because we attack with the king. Then this one fails as well, because now we can go to the main diagonal, which is why we had to go there. Here black will simply be stuck. If it goes to 47, we close. There's only one way out for black now. Here black still has a way out. It's not really trapped. And with a technique called scissors, in Dutch at least, the schaar, we catch the king, bringing it back to 47 and going to the end, exchanging the king for a piece, and white finally wins. But the main variation will be after 37-41 and 38-42. Now black threatens to go to 48, so there's absolutely just one move to force to 47. And yeah, now you probably see what is going to happen. White goes to square 4. Has to be in this quadrant. Black goes somewhere on this line. And now usually 3 against 1 doesn't win. But here there's the exception. White sacrifices king, moving the black king to square 47. Exactly where we wanted black to be, according to the instructions. And here black is blocked. And I imagined this would be the final positions, but what a time it took to find it. And I really, really hope that this is the correct solution. I will just make a main line here. So in the end, it's the 27th move. So from the starting positions, 27 moves of solving. Yeah, perhaps this is the solution that Boomstra sought for. But I'm not even too confident about it, because this is just the first time we checked this variation, so I'm a bit hesitant to call it a day here, because also here white has a way to go to king here. Why wouldn't that be winning, actually? Of course, black can go to 4 against 2 endgame, like this or like this, or perhaps continue like this or this. Yeah, maybe this is good enough. Just keep on going. Before I start checking everything by hand, maybe it's good to check with the engine right now. And yeah, this will be the moment that shows whether I'm right or I'm wrong. Yeah, we'll see. With 1 hour approaching, and yeah, I'm just going to stop the time, because yeah, this I consider myself, and can be correct, can be wrong. Yeah, very curious if anyone has found the solution by himself, herself. Yeah, so let's have a look. Scan is on lidraughts not known for the best endgame skills. Obviously, it shows this variation just nicely, because there is no database. And it may be hard to find the correct line to defend. Well, at least it agrees with this move, and that's the most important. As long as it agrees with my moves, I think all is correct. Okay, 43, 49 it agrees with. Now it opts for black to sacrifice here. I don't know if this makes a big difference. This was my main variation, 1923. Okay, it agrees with 2924. I sacrifice in 1822. Here it agrees with 2420. And now let's see if it actually moves to this variation at some point. Okay, here it starts to indicate 2329. 2014 indeed. Now it opts to exchange. This we didn't really check. I will try 2227. It goes for my move 3228. Let's check my side variation 149. Yeah, looks like a draw. Okay, so maybe this move is forced as well. We didn't actually consider this move so far, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because after this move, white still has 4 pieces. Okay, we go to this main variation. Agrees with 14, 9, 23, 28, 9, 3. Black has to sacrifice like this. Yeah, I think I did it. We just play the moves, scan proposes here. And yeah, this is the moment to take this direction, not go to any other square. And in the end, after such a run, the black king is trapped at 47. Blackout at 47. As the puzzle is called after also after a book by Gerard Bakker with endgames 3 against 3, blackout, because black always loses in the end. Well, I'm quite relieved that I was able to solve it. Quite happy. Of course, it took a very long while. If you've watched all this, congratulations, I guess. Thank you as well. Thank you. I hope it was fun to watch still, even though I was thinking a lot at first, of course, but I hope that by analyzing, it also shows what I'm thinking about and how I'm trying to find the best, the main variation. And in this puzzle, the biggest task was to find black's defense. I believe the toughest defense. And I really hoped this is the end solution, and I will not get a message by Roel Boomstra saying, by the way, black can also defend in this way. How does white win here? Then I will have to get back to this position as well. But for now, I'd like to leave it here. The black king is trapped at 47, as was asked. So yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.